Bad things, fine as hell, thick as fuck, oh my god, that's my baby, Caroline, you divine.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to be finally recording a sit-down video for the very first time. I hope you guys are excited. In today's video, like the thumbnail has shown, we are going to be talking about how my stay in Poland has been, what my entry requirements were, just the basic perks to know if you're applying to study abroad. So please do stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Don't forget to share to your dogs, to your cats, to your grandmothers and to your grandfathers, to all your ancestors, baby. Stay tuned and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so let's get straight into the video. I just hope my camera focuses well. But like, I'm gonna be looking down quite frequently because I've got your guys' questions in a notebook, and I'm just gonna be like trying to answer a few questions. So let's get into the video. So I'll first start off by like the application process, because that's the most vital thing for you to be able to actually go abroad. So my older brother has been in Poland for 2 years. So instantly, when I was in high school, I just knew if I don't study locally, I'm definitely studying in Poland, because it just offers my parents a lot of security. If you get me, it's my first degree, I'm a girl child. And yeah, so it's just one of those things, like if I'm not studying back home in Zimbabwe, then I'm definitely going to be studying in Poland. But if I had gotten better opportunities like in the United States and stuff like that, I would have definitely taken them. But I would have had to like work exceptionally hard for a scholarship, because we know that the funding is quite expensive, and that sense of stability wasn't going to be the same. So for like the application process, yes, I did use an agent. For those asking, I was just fortunate to say I had an agent working hand in hand with my brother, because my brother is a friend with an agent. So those were my lucky perks. I did use an agent though. He did my whole application process. I basically just wanted to go to the same varsity that my older brother went to. So it offered exactly what I was looking for, and I'll get into what I'm studying as the video proceeds. So yeah, I did use an agent and we applied for the varsity, and I had a response in like about 2 weeks. And I now knew that I was accepted, and obviously they emailed me telling me that I've been accepted into the varsity, and boy was I happy. I was very anxious, like I had a lot of mixed feelings, if you get me. Mixed feelings, to be quite fair, and I really didn't know how to feel about the whole thing, because I had been singing about wanting to leave the country since high school. For those of you that knew me since high school, I was one of those people who was very like not loud about saying I want to leave, but I kind of like briefed my close friends on saying that this is where I'd potentially go if things do go well for my parents financially. And yeah, so the application process, it went through, and then I had like requirements. My agent sent me a list of the things that I had to get done. So he was here in Poland, so he couldn't physically do the process for me. I had to like pay attention, get the tips, and do the tips and do the specific processes myself. So my first process was I had to go to South Africa to get my documents certified. I had to go and get my letter of no objection from the Harare offices. I had to go get a police clearance. So those are some of the things that you're going to need: letter of no objection, police clearance, just those small nitty-gritty documents. I had to take in my O-level and A-level certificates for is it authorization? Yeah, something like that. And they had to note for notarization. Notarization is the process. So I went to Harare, and I got there to government offices. I got my, it was a long process, I won't even lie to you guys, and I think you need to be emotionally strong for this process. People don't tell you about this as much. They act like, oh, it's a piece of cake, it's a walk in the park. But it's something that like we undermine, but it can actually give you so much pressure. Because I got there, and then the lady wasn't so polite. She's like, no, you need a physical letter from the varsity. Keep in mind the varsity is all the way in Poland. I hadn't gotten a physical letter. So I text my agent. That's the advantages of an agent, by the way. They'll help you through the processes when you're getting stuck and when you're kind of feeling like you're getting unjust treatment, if you get me. So I text my agent, and he was able to assist. He emailed the school asking for a physical acceptance letter. So they DHL'd it to me, which was so lucky. So I traveled to Harare, and I didn't get what I was looking for. The only thing I got was the police clearance. and you have to pay for that. When I went, it was like $60, so that was the cost of the police clearance. And yeah, eventually my process became smooth. I went, I dropped off. I actually didn't go in the end. I like sent my documents, then a relative collected the documents for me and went and submitted them, and then I got my letter. Yeah, that was the first step in her. So as time went on, obviously now I had to like actually apply for my visa. My agent did that as well, and my older brother also was very hands-on in most of this process. But if you don't have a relative, don't stress, get an agent if you can. And if you cannot afford an agent, that's still perfectly fine. You can find out that you can actually do the process yourself. If you research these type of videos, watch other people's videos on how they did it. There's people who did it by themselves, and they were actually like really good at it, because I met a few people by the embassy who were saying they did the whole process themselves. They didn't use any money for an agent, and they're actually here in Poland. So it's a process that you can do on your own. But if financially things are okay and you don't want too much pressure, I suggest you get an agent, in my own perspective, because it is a very overwhelming process at times, because not always are things gonna go in your way. And if you have an agent, you're most unlikely to make mistakes, if you get me, because they give you the list of everything you need. So the second step was basically my application process. I applied, and the application process happens like a portal. They open up a portal for like a specific time frame, like let's say from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. They open up the portal. Everyone's trying to apply for dates for visas. It's a very stressful process. I would advise that if you've got relatives, you all try and apply for your visa appointment together, because if you're one person, you can fail to totally get the visa appointment. Then you have to try the next time the portal's open. And what I picked up is the next time the portal's open, it can be like open for only like 30 minutes. So that's a bit crazy if you ask me. And yeah, and then I managed to get the spot for the visa. My visa appointment was in Pretoria. So now let me answer some of your questions. Did you use an agent? Yes, I did use an agent. I have said so. And feel free to like contact me if you'd also like to use the agent that I used. And what uni are you at? I'm at Vistula University. That's in Poland, in Warszawa, which is Warsaw. So yeah. And how did you know your uni was the one? I actually didn't know. Hey, like I had no idea what varsities were in Poland, and sometimes I'm a hands-on researcher, sometimes I'm a lazy person, but you have to be very handsy in these type of things. Search, because you find out that most people are being roped into nurse aid and stuff like that, when they could actually go under a proper study visa, because they're not like researched. They find themselves now doing nurse aid work when they were qualified to actually also do like another degree. There's nothing wrong with nurse aid, don't get me wrong, don't bash me in the comments, it's perfectly fine. But I've met people who just followed other people because they didn't know what they really wanted to do. So I really didn't know if my uni was the one. But then once I applied, and my older brother was there, so I was like, it's a legit varsity. He enjoyed his experience. He was doing his master's. So I was like, I'm just gonna apply there. Why should I be looking further? Because they have what I want, and I liked the way he explained about the varsity. So I went on to further research. Then I found that that is one of the best varsities here in Poland, in Warsaw. And I was very happy about that. It's a very well-known varsity. It's a prestigious varsity. So I was like, no, I'm definitely going for this. There's no better than this, if you get me. So yeah, that's how I knew that my uni was the one. When you were doing your searching, what were you looking for? That's a very, very good question, because initially I wanted to study law, and then I found out that if you want to study law, you can study law in a different country, but you cannot practice it. So what do I mean by study and practice? By study, I mean you can go through the whole process of actually learning about law till you graduate, but you can't practice it in that country. So meaning you would have to go back to Zimbabwe and then do your law thingy there, like your practices, and you're actually being engaged as a lawyer. So that automatically ticked me off, and there was just a lot of things to consider. I had to consider various aspects before thinking for the degree that I am doing. So I was initially searching for law, but eventually I ventured into business management, because I picked up that I'm actually a very good business-minded person. So I was like, no, this is actually what I want to do, and I can venture into multiple stuff, because business management is broad. If you get me, you're not limited to a specific thing. You can do various things. You're not like limited. So that's how I knew that's what I was looking for. And someone asked, would you recommend Poland? I mean, Poland is the question. Personally, I think it's an amazing place so far. I haven't been here long enough for me to have any like cons about the place, like any hate towards it and stuff. I would personally recommend it. Why would I recommend it? It's a very good environment. There is no theft here so far. There is no theft here in Poland so far. I haven't heard a case of like saying there's theft so far. I haven't really been here long enough for me to like fully like say I know the place like the back of my hand type of thing. But people walk around here even like at like 1 a.m., 4 a.m. It's like such a safe environment in my own opinion. It's not like restrictive like back home, whereby you can't be outside at like 10 p.m. because something awfully bad could happen to you. Of course, there's bad things that probably do happen, but it's quite rare because I find little kids walking around here at like 10, because there's times I have 7 p.m. classes and I'll be back home by like 9:30 or so. And I see little people walking around, I'm like, where are your parents? Type of thing. But like, it's really... So yeah, I would definitely recommend the place. But like, just to study, I don't know, personally I wouldn't permanently stay here, and I know a lot of people feel that same way. They wouldn't want to live here permanently, but they're just here for like the gains and for a starting point. And the fact that you can work and go to school. Most countries you can't do that. So I think it's a very friendly environment in my own opinion. So yeah, what were your entry requirements? I think I already answered that. What are you currently studying? Inspo for people like me. I'm currently studying business management, as I've stated. I have specific reasons why I'm studying business management, of which I really won't enclose them here because they're not yet like existing. I don't want to jinx myself, you know. I have my own specific reasons why I'm studying business management. But inspo for people like you, it really depends about you as a person. And I feel like always follow things that you're going to enjoy in the long run, because I'm finding out that with business management now, I have to do economics. I never did economics in high school. And it's a bit challenging so far, but I'm just like, I really want this, so I'm gonna do it. So I say go with what your heart desires. If you've got strict parents, talk to them, tell them, Mom, Dad, this is what I want to do, type of thing, so that you're not like dragging going to school every morning and you're like, another day of this thing. So I can't necessarily say inspo for people, but like, do things that are in the market. That's my advice to you. Do things that you're going to love, something you wake up to in the future saying, yes, I'm enjoying going to work every single day. Do something that's gonna bring I wouldn't say income. Okay, I do things because I want money. I really love money. But like, not everyone is in it for money. Some people are just in it for the fact that they enjoy that specific thing. So I think it depends on you as a person, in my own opinion. So yeah, I think it just depends with you as a person, in my own opinion. And some people are also asking, have you experienced racism? I've only been here for a month, and I can't really say a month because you guys know I was traveling a lot. I haven't first-handedly experienced racism. It probably is there, but like, I haven't experienced it as of yet. Of course, people can sometimes look at you and stare in a weird way, and there is times when you're gonna feel out of place, and that's perfectly fine. It's very normal because you're in a foreign land, you're around people that behave differently. I haven't first-handedly experienced racism, all this thing where people be like, oh, it's like this, it's like that. I'm bound to experience it in the long run, and when I do, I'll share on my channel, definitely. But no, I haven't experienced racism. And yeah, and this thing of people saying, oh, Poland is where all Zimbabweans are going and stuff like that. Trust me, when you get here, you realize that you actually do need your own people from home. You're not gonna want to like go to a country where you feel like an outcast and stuff like that. And there's so much diversity in Poland. I've noticed that we've got Indians, there's Russians, there's Ukrainians, there's Zimbabweans, people from Rwanda, people from Mozambique. it's nice. There's a lot of cultural diversity. So don't listen to people when they're going, Poland is the place where people go and they've got 2 points. All that trash talk about Poland, I really don't think it's necessary. And you as a person should just like know why you're going and what you're going for, because it's really not packed with Zimbabweans like people claim. And that's not a bad thing in my own opinion. I think you can actually develop each other as Zimbabweans, which is a good thing. So it's got a lot of cultural diversity, and I enjoy that. Then someone asked, what means of transportation do you use there? So there's a lot of means of transportation here. You can use Uber, you can use Bolt, and you can use FreeNow. Those are all taxi methods, right? Most of you know Bolt, Uber, and yeah, there's also FreeNow. And then what I personally use, I use the tram or the metro. A tram is basically like a train that moves on the road, and then the metro is the subway, basically. Yeah, so I use the subway. And there's buses as well, and there's like a payment method that you do when you enter the bus or whatever. So yeah, it's not so difficult, and it's more convenient in my own opinion. It's not like back home where like you stop a cab because that's the mode of transport. Here you actually wait by a bus stop and the transport comes to you. There's timings in which it's gonna come. There's boards that like help you. And yeah, someone asked, how are you finding the language barriers? So regarding language barriers, it's like, I wish people told me earlier, it's going to be a bit challenging. You're going to get lost. Yeah, you are going to get lost. I've gotten lost so many times. And it's not going to be a nice experience when you no longer know how to ask people for help, because you find out that your phone will go off. So you are going to get lost, and it's so painful to get lost and then your phone is off. You can't translate to people. I am lost. Please kindly assist. How do I get from here to here? So I took Polish at school so that I could try and learn the basics. People are saying it's very difficult, but I'm willing to take on the challenge if I want to survive for the next 3.5 years here. Because you find out that it's a bit like rude to get into a shop and you don't know their language. I'm still trying to learn. I don't yet have the confidence to utter the words because I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly. You don't want to offend people because you've kind of like said something that you're supposed to say to your friend and not to someone who's older than you, type of thing. So language barriers are definitely there. It's difficult to make friends, like Polish friends, because not all of them speak English, and then maybe they're also scared because their English isn't so fluent, so they back away and they don't want to talk to you because they're like, yo, and then I embarrass myself, type of thing. And then you find out that they can speak a bit of English, but then it gets challenging because both of you are now struggling to communicate. You have to speak slower. They have to ask, what's this word? Then they ask each other because now they're not sure how to like translate to you. So they're a bit better because they kind of know like a bit of English and stuff like that compared to like us. So I really want to learn Polish. So if you're coming here, I would advise that back home you do take a Polish class and you do try and like learn a bit, so that when you get here you can say, hello, my name is so and so. Hello, please may I pay for this? Hello, please may I ask, how do I get here? Thank you very much. I'm sorry. Just the gentle words that will make you like coexist with people, because we're not in our own country. We kind of have to make an effort, if you get me. So yeah. And then the topic of, have you made any friends? I have made quite a number of friends. It's not the easiest, but I think it occurs naturally. You just have to trust the process. Let it happen on its own when it wants to happen, if you get me. Don't like rush the process. I have made friends at school. I've got friends of different tribes. I've got Zimbabwean friends. I've got a friend from Mozambique. I've got a friend from Rwanda. I've got Ukrainian friends. So it's just like a lot of mixture of cultures, and I like that because it's helping me learn different cultures. It's helping me be more outspoken, if I could say that. But I genuinely don't struggle making friends as much. But for people that struggle to make friends, trust me, there's always someone in the same room as you or same atmosphere as you who's also just struggling as well. And I feel like this is the one chance where you can speak out. You don't necessarily have to say hi. You can just wave, smile, something, do something to like try and better yourself, if that makes sense. Because people struggle to make friends, and I think I'm that person who, if I see someone struggling to make a friend and they seem like a nice person, I'm gonna approach you and say hi, type of thing. So not everyone's really gonna approach you. because everyone is trying to stay in their bubble. Everyone is a bit nervous. Everyone's scared of everyone, especially on the first day of school. Everyone's gonna be nervous. So if you're gonna come this side as well, or leave the country and go anywhere else, just remember, everyone is scared. No one is very confident about where they are. Everyone is nervous. Everyone is just trying to find themselves, and everyone's trying to find their clique, type of thing. So yeah. And then someone asked a question about like the rentals and the cost of groceries and stuff like that. Apparently it used to be better from the people that are staying here, and what I've heard, apparently rentals used to be quite affordable, especially in Warsaw because it's the capital, which is where I'm staying, and quite a lot of people try come this side. Apparently, like in places like Lublin and all of that, it's a bit more affordable than it is here. But they're still quite friendly. I think you can work around them. It's not something that you can really cry about as much, and I think they don't necessarily just randomly change. They kind of stay the same. So I haven't first-handedly experienced like this whole rentals, grocery expenses type of thing, because I just got here. So to me, everything is normal. This is what the economy is like. But I'm yet to experience it, because I mean, I haven't like moved into my own apartment. I'm doing that today after I finish recording this video. So yeah, when that hits me, I promise I'll record regarding it, definitely. I did grocery shopping yesterday. I got everything I wanted, so it's not yet like hitting me. But to people that have been here long enough, they complain. They say, this is crazy, type of thing. It's like someone coming to Zimbabwe from another country, and they get to Zim and they say, this is so cheap. But to you, it's not cheap, because bro, like the fuck, So yeah, expenses wise, I haven't experienced that at all. Okay, then the last question, when are we getting a room tour? This is not related to the video, which is why I put it at the end, but you'll get a room tour soon. I'm working on the video because I move in today, so I'm gonna record that video today. So yeah, I think we have come to the end of the video. So if you watched till this far, thank you so much. I appreciate the love, I appreciate the support. Thank you for consistently having my back, guys, and thank you for all the inboxes and all the questions being asked. I really do appreciate it, and I hope this video was, I appreciate all the inboxes I did receive, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I answered all the crucial questions as to how I got to Poland, and I'm definitely enjoying it. And if you're intending on coming, I highly recommend that you do too. So if you come this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.